Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Recommendations from the Couch. Whether you're a football fan or not, we all love football on one weekend of the year, and this is it. So for those of you that need a little more football than what's even on TV, I've got some recommendations tonight. The first one is called The League: How Five Rivals Created the NFL and Launched a Sports Empire by John Eisenberg. Even if you're not a football fan, this book is well worth the read. It's the story of the five guys who in the early 1920s started the NFL League. It struggled for many, many years. They played for a decade before the five of them met together in the same room. But it's truly a great thing to say that these five men who had not a lot in common and didn't really get along all that well put aside their differences and made the NFL what it is today. A lot of history, a lot of biography for those of you who like a little bit of everything, but well worth the read and relatively quick. And like I say, even if you're not a football fan, this one's for you. Now there's lots of local history football books. This one's called Our Boys: A Perfect Season on the Plains with the Smith Center Redmen by Joe Drape. This, of course, was a Kansas notable book a number of years ago. It talks about the 2008 Smith Center football team who'd had an unprecedented number of wins in a row, and the story of how a small town can really rally around a sports team and bring them all together as one. So Our Boys: A Perfect Season is always a heartwarming read. Now this one, depending on how you feel, may make you a little sad. When a Game Was Just a Game, Remembering the First Super Bowl by Harvey Frommer. Now for those of you that are true football buffs, of course you know it was the Packers and the Chiefs. And the Chiefs did not come out ahead that day in California on that very first Super Bowl. They had a really young team, and they just couldn't quite pull it off. This one is really told more as in snippets of people's memories. There's lots of pictures, and it's more of a written oral history, so to speak. So When It Was Just a Game, a great look back at the very first Super Bowl back in Los Angeles. And we can't end without having a really truly read book, Kansas City Chiefs Legends: The Greatest Coaches, Players, Front Office Execs in Chiefs History by Jeff Dieters. Again, another Kansas notable because it talks about all of our great things that happen here in the state of Kansas. And you can't miss the fact that Mahomes is on the front cover. So for those of you that are true Chiefs fans, you'll enjoy this one. It talks about all the famous people who've come along the way with a little biography about each one of them. This one's even kind of fun for kids to read, even though it lives up in the adult section. So I hope you all have plans for tomorrow. I hope that the Chiefs come out on top. And stay warm next week. The library's open regular hours. Unless USD 320 closes school, then we are closed as well. But otherwise, stop in, grab a book, stay home, and be warm.